Good morning, Busy Bees. It's Thursday, July 16th, 2026. Here's your morning news rundown in under 5 minutes. Well, the illegal Iranian war rages on. Things are escalating. The United States is continuing to expand its strikes against Iranian infrastructure, including transportation networks and strategic facilities. Iranian officials says they're targeting civilian infrastructure and food distribution and sources. Allegations the United States denies, which I feel is a lie, in my opinion, as Donald Trump himself, the head of the regime, says he's going to blow them back to the Stone Ages. That means all of Iran is going back to the Stone Ages, right? So they're doing exactly what he says, right? He's trying to destroy Iran, take over the Strait of Hormuz, and use that. He says they're not going to charge fees, but it's basically fees to use that strait and profit, I guess, himself or whatever company he has managing over there, because he's going to invest in them, as he's been shown to invest, and then miraculously some company he invested in gets a government contract. So there you are. The head of the regime is going to address the nation tonight. I will have to watch, unfortunately, because I want to report on it. But yeah, so he's addressing 2020 election. Listen, there is no election fraud. The fraud is the head of the regime. If anything happened to our elections, it happened when you got reelected, along with Elon Musk's assistance, allegedly, in my opinion, as the conspiracy theory suggests, and I happen to agree with that conspiracy theory. It's getting so bad that people he appoints won't even say if there was election fraud or not. And this was blatantly obvious when John Ossoff questioned Jay Clayton about the 2020 presidential election. The video is all over all applications, where he's like, I'm not going to get into this with you. And he refuses to be forthright in answering that question, because if he does, he knows he's out of favor with the head of the regime, and the head of the regime controls the information, and I'm sure he has dirt on all these people. And if you watch the question of Todd Blanche, he initially referred to himself as, I'm the president's lawyer. No, sir, you're supposed to be America's lawyer, and I hope you do not get confirmed in this position. And I can't wait for our midterm elections, guys. We have to get out there and vote. It is pivotal. It is so pivotal at this point to get out and vote in massive numbers. Well, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth announced mandatory testosterone screening for active duty service members aged 30 and over. Service members under 30 may voluntarily participate in the screening. According to the Pentagon guidance, the initiative is intended to identify hormonal deficiencies that could affect military readiness and recovery. No, you want to make killing machines. You want people to be angry and hopped up on all that testosterone, whether natural or not. That is what you want. Nothing good is going to come of this, right? You're going to artificially treat people with these hormones, and it's basically against your will. You're going to have to leave the military if you refuse. Canadian wildfires are affecting our air quality now. The air quality was terrible here in the New York City greater area, and it's expected to be worse today. It's very bad. If you have breathing issues, take precaution, wear a mask if you can, and we all got to get out there and work, so that's the advice, is to stay indoors as much as possible, wear a mask when you're outdoors. Trump is commissioning his gold coin. Yes, that's real. So the gold coin is being released in Trump's likeness, and in a waste of our money. The coin features President Trump's alongside the dates 1776 to 2026. This guy, dog whistles about. And the inscription says, "Liberty and God we trust." I don't know what God, anyway. That's the news I'm going to cover. Stay smart, stay safe, stay informed.